Welcome back. You're watching the morning show right on ETV. Now, have you ever wanted to skip shoes for slippers? Now, the whole day, that is. Well, of course, with the Reach for a Dream, you can. They are running a Slipper Day campaign on the 10th of May. And not only will you be able to wear slippers for a day, but you also help them fulfill a child's dream. But to talk more about this campaign, we're joined in studio by Mr. Mervin. That is Mr. Mervin Sebro, and he's the chairman, rather, of Reach for a Dream, alongside Dr. Gita Naidu, who's the pediatric oncologist. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's talk about the work that you do with the organization Reach for a Dream. I mean, how do you assist these children? I know that you go out of your way to make sure that you fulfill some of their biggest dreams.
So we're in our 31st year of fulfilling dreams, and that's our core activity. And we fulfill in the order of 6 dreams per day, every day of the year. And we've never not fulfilled a dream. And we are now in the order of 20,000 dreams since inception. And some incredible, outlandish, marvelous dreams, and every dream is obviously very special.
Yeah. Give me an example, perhaps, of one of those amazing dreams you fulfilled.
Well, we've had children who've wanted to fly in hot air balloons, or meet Madeba, or visit some international remote destination.
Right.
And clearly, we need medical approval for every dream to be fulfilled. And we have a marvelous relationship with the medical profession, and some doctors are very special, Dr. Naidu particularly, very special. And our team is a small one. We have 35 permanent staff and a volunteer team of about 200 people around the country. And it's a very gratifying, rewarding space in which to work. And the change that we observe in children with whom we engage is very often quite astonishing.
That's amazing. But Dr. Naidu, I mean, you work with children that unfortunately have to, sort of go through these medical conditions, illnesses, diseases. Take me through some of the conditions that you deal with as an oncologist.
Well, I'm the head of pediatric oncology at the Chris Hani Baragwanath Academic Hospital, and we are the tertiary hospital and a teaching hospital for the University of the Witwatersrand. So we have the largest pediatric oncology unit in sub-Saharan Africa, the largest unit in Africa, in South Africa, and we drain a very, very wide referral area because there aren't many pediatric oncologists in South Africa.
Right.
So we have very wide referral area, and we have many children coming into our unit. Unfortunately, because of the nature of the disease and the treatment and the complications of the disease and the treatment, many of these children spend prolonged periods of time in the hospital or in surrounding areas of the hospital. And as you may imagine, it is a devastating disease for a child to experience, and often alone. And the most common cancers we see are the blood cancers, like the leukemias in children. We also see a lot of brain tumors, eye tumors, kidney tumors. And we are working in a large university hospital, but as large as we are short-staffed. The medical staff, the nursing staff. And these children are often left alone. And these children often feel that there's no hope for them.
Right.
And we are so dependent on organizations like Reach for a Dream, who have been in our unit since I started there 22 years ago. And as Mr. Sobrero said earlier, they have fulfilled the dreams of thousands of our children, the most amazing dreams. And without this, I think, without the hope that Reach for a Dream does offer to our children, many may actually give up and see no reason to fight to live.
Sure. And thanks to Reach for a Dream, they're doing exactly that.
Unbelievable. Yeah. But recently, we have a newer development from Reach for a Dream, we had the official opening last month of 2 dream rooms that were sponsored for our unit by Reach for a Dream. Now, maybe Mr. Sobrero will enlighten you a little bit more about the concept, but for us, from the medical staff, how we see it is the title is an appropriate thing, a dream room.
Right.
So it is a room where a child can escape from the everyday ward with the pain, the chemotherapy, the needles, the procedures, the antibiotics, and move away into this room, into an area of fantasy. These rooms are
Right,
beautifully decorated with toys, with books. There's an outside area.
Right.
And it is a wonderful, just to see, I worked the last whole weekend, the 4 days, and just to see the children interacting in these rooms.
That's amazing. And I want to talk more about that, Mervyn, especially even with the 10th of May coming. I know you're running a campaign. It's your Slipper Day campaign. Take me through some of those activities that are going on right now at Reach for a Dream, including with the slippers.
So just in terms of dream rooms, we have 2 at Barra, and we may well end up with another 2 there. And our passion is to place one in every hospital that treats life-threatened children, which means we may end up with 40 or 50 of these little oases. Our Slipper Day takes place on the 10th of May, and it's our 9th year of Slipper Day.
Right.
And we have 3 incredible retail pillars in the form of Wimpy Pick and Pay and this year Discam.
Yeah.
And people can purchase wristbands for all of 10 Rand, which really, and I'm not minimizing that it's money, but it isn't a great deal of money. But for 10 Rand, they can associate themselves with the event. And every cent raised is spent on our children. And because we have these 3 retail chains selling wristbands, they're accessible to South Africans across the entire country. And we're saying to South Africans, wear these beautiful funky slippers, or any slippers for that matter, and your wristband, go into a Wimpy on Slipper Day and get a free coffee, which really is priced at more than a wristband.
Right.
And we're trying to get South Africans to rally everywhere in support of what is our largest independent fundraiser and critical to the work that we do, because if Slipper Day is successful, clearly we will reach more and more children.
Yeah. I love how inclusive this is. So I can also assist. It's not just dependent on big corporations or companies, but as an ordinary person, I can also make sure that some child's dream is fulfilled.
But imagine if every school in the country promoted Slipper Day and just got the pupils to purchase a wristband and to wear them in support of and affiliation with the foundation. It's a marvelous activity, and it just creates an element of fun and excitement.
Yeah, that's exciting indeed. And thank you so much, ma'am, for the great work that you're doing at Reach for a Dream. Thank you so much, Dr. Naidu, for also coming to the show. And make sure that you do go get yourself some slippers. 10th of May, it is Slipper Day. So if you are a principal or an SGB or a school pupil watching this right now, make sure you rally your school behind this, your team, your colleagues, your family members, so that you and I can also play our role in making sure that young, beautiful children can also reach their dreams. Now, we're going to leave it at that. We're going to take a short break, and we'll have lots more for you, Rush, in the Morning Show.